We have some amazing distributors that are going to be on with us, leaders in our team that are going to be on with us tonight, that are going to be sharing with you ideas, strategies, and specifics on how for you to get some extra money in your pocket. If you're beyond the rank of Pro 3, hey man, listen, it's even a bigger deal for you, because helping people get to those early ranks is going to put money in your pocket, possibly get you a new car, and most definitely have you guys on your way to getting to Mexico. And so I am so pumped for the people that are going to be on here tonight, because they've been prepping, they've been researching, they've been taking notes, and they're ready to rock and roll. So we're going to start out with Tim and Tori Hill. Go ahead and put you guys' camera on, Tim and Tori. We're going to kick this thing right off to you guys. Look at this. I see. What in the world? What in the world? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That is getting in the mood right there. I love it. Y'all need some margaritas. Y'all got some margaritas? We need to
Tell you the truth, we do.
Oh my goodness. That's funny. Listen, guys, that was not rehearsed. That's just how we roll at Team True Blue. Y'all go for it. It's all yours.
Oh, we're excited.
Thanks, Brandon, handling that, for having us on this Zoom tonight. This is always exciting to do, to help the team feel the energy that we're feeling right now. We're super stoked about a couple of things right now. The main thing I'm still stoked about and still pretty exhausted about is coming off the heels of Indianapolis. And that was another amazing event. Tori and I have been to, I want to say it's right at 28 or 29 events, 28 or 29 elite academies now. And I don't know how they do it, but they continue to go better and better and better. I've never seen an event go in reverse, if you will. They've always done what they can do to make it even a better experience for everyone that attends. So hopefully we'll double the attendance next time coming up in July. But, Tori and I were able to walk the stage there in Indianapolis as winners of the Bahamas incentive, which is in April. And just want to share with everyone on the Zoom how exciting that is, to be able to feel that and see the number of people that won that incentive. There was probably, I think, close to 400 people on that stage, and it was just amazing. But what I liked is that it told the people, the other folks in the audience sitting there, that it's doable. This is super attainable, and it just takes some work and effort and some learning to get this thing done. And, on these trips that this company, LifeVantage, in my opinion, the most amazing company on the planet, they treat you so good. Brandon, I know you and Lynette's been on a ton of them too. You get treated literally like kings and queens. They go all out for us because they appreciate what we have done. Because remember, all of our efforts to get to these things are at the same time beneficial to the company. And tonight's webinar is also to, help everyone on this Zoom build vision that you too can reach the goals that you want to reach with LifeVantage. LifeVantage is the vehicle, folks, but we're the engine. It's what we do each day to build this thing. So, Tori, what you got to say?
I'm excited about the Bahamas. We really put in a plan of action for that, and that's what I want to talk to y'all about tonight, because Mexico, oh my gosh, we've been there a couple of times, and it's fabulous. Great people, great culture, food, margaritas, dancing. So we're excited. We want everybody to come with us to Mexico. We've already laid out a plan. We actually went in our back office. We've already got everything mapped out. We have actually went and printed the incentive and the points that you have to earn. We've got everything all laid out because this draws the team together. I remember when we were working for the Bahamas, we kept checking our back office every single night, every day, to see where our points were, where our team's points were. And we were calling them, do you know you're at 1,450 points? Let's get you to 2,700 points. So we have all that laid out already, that plan of action. And the more activity that you do to create these points, the better your vacation's gonna be. So we're really excited because this is also going to create a lot of leaders, okay? And that's what this is about. This Pacesetter program is going to build some brand new Pro 2s, some brand new Pro 3s, and those people are going to become leaders. And like Brandon said, if you Pro 4 and above, we're going to become Pacesetter pros. So it's really exciting. So my best advice to everybody is make sure you have a daily plan of action. Get with your leaders, get with your upline. I know right at the very end when we were about to qualify for the Bahamas, we were 485 points short that very last week. Brandon knew. I know Fred knew, Sonny and Chad, and they were motivating us and inspiring us to make sure we got it done. The day we hit Brandon, I don't know if you remember this, but you sent me a text. What are you going to do to make it happen? And I said, it's about to. We're about to enroll our last platinum pack, and we hit the points. So I highly encourage you to have that daily plan of action. So we're really excited.
The reason for these incentives, you guys, is the company puts this out there for us to help us all create true momentum in our organizations. Remember, the company doesn't create momentum. We all do. All of the distributor force, each individual business creates momentum in itself, which therefore then creates momentum for the company.
Right.
So that's kind of how this thing works. And what they also do is they make you do the proper behaviors that thrust you into the actions that you need to take every day, like Tori said, to build your business to the level you want. Not everybody in the company might want to be a Pro 10. If you want to be a Pro 7, 8, whatever your goal is, it's still going to take daily action, okay? So.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. This is getting good.
We're excited.
Yeah.
Who out there on this Zoom is going to work hard to build your business every day and join us in beautiful Puerto Vallarta, Mexico?
Ooh, we're excited, Brandon. Can you tell?
Oh, it's so awesome. That is so awesome, you guys. I love the enthusiasm. And hey, I love that we just got to hear from someone that walks the walk. You guys did it. You made it to the Bahamas, and I took some notes. You guys, listen, if you want to make this trip to Mexico, the Hills were checking their points every day. They knew their points. They knew their team's points. And so, guys, that's a strategy you need to implement. No, be in your back office every day. I know that in talking to Fred, who's in the field advisory board, supposedly by this week, that tracker is going to be up in our back office. I checked it this morning. It wasn't there. But before this week's over, supposedly the tracker from Mexico is going to be up. So start tracking your points. Thank you guys so much for being on here. And I know you guys are going to make it to Mexico. Let's see who you're going to bring with you. All right, let's see how many on the team you're going to bring with you.
Sounds good. I can't wait to hear from Gary Stern. He's going to lay out the points and the numbers. And I've learned it backwards and forwards, and I highly encourage everybody to do the same. So thanks, Brandon.
Awesome. Let's jump over to Gary. Gary, I don't know if you can top that. I don't know. In the meantime, you ran and got, maybe get me. Oh, there we go. We got a little Cuban hat. A little Cuban. There we go. I knew it. I knew he couldn't be upstage. There you go. Right on.
I'm the Mexican look, but I'm going to the beach. And so, hey, you got to be prepared, right?
Now Kimberly and Travis are scrambling. I don't know what they're doing. They're going to do Pacesetter. So maybe they're putting helmets on. I don't know what they're doing, but give it to us, Gary. Roll it out.
Awesome. Well, hey, man, you guys know me as I'm kind of the numbers guy. So I'm going to jump right in. I'm going to share my screen for a split second here because I want to lay it out. How do you know where you need to go if you don't know what the points are? So hopefully you guys can see that right there. Brandon, you see that okay? Yep. And so you can find this under promotions. Whenever, mine just happens to be on my webpage. Don't worry about that. You can go to lifevantage.com/promotion/Puerto Vallarta incentive trip. But it's found right here. See, under company promotions, that's where you'll find this. So let's roll down a second. Let me just minimize this so I can see the screen too. So here you go. This is the qualification period. You have from February until June. Again, kind of like what Andy Andrews was saying. You got to know the rules of the game and play by, a different set of rules. So if the other team doesn't even know what the rules are and you know that the rules are February to June, you're already ahead of the game. So anything you've already done this month counts. Trip date is on there. Then it goes into the points. And there's really a few different ways you can order. You can earn points. 4 ways. One is the Pacesetter program. I'm not going to spend a ton of time there because Kimberly and Travis are going to lay that out for us like clockwork. But realize that's where a big bulk of the points are. Like getting to Pro 2 gets you 100 points. Getting to Pro 3 gets you 150 points. You do both of those, you get 250. You help, if you're above that rank already and you help create 3 of those, you're going to get 200 points. Also, you'll see there to the right-hand side, there's rank advancement points. Those are not only your points, but also your personally enrolled distributors. So if you rank advance, you earn that many points. If your personally enrolled distributors rank advance, you're matched to the same amount of points. That's the first time the company's ever done that. It's promoting the right behaviors, which is the next thing you see down there on the screen, which is under enrollments. It's enrolling new people. This is what this business is all about, is bringing new people into the fold. Whether they want to get started and just use the products, or they want to come in on the platinum pack and get after this thing and be in Puerto Vallarta with us, there's different points assigned. So we're going to talk a little bit about this. I'm going to give some specific examples. The company gave us some on the back of a sheet of paper. I broke it down by rank all the way from brand new all the way up through Pro 6. The fourth way you can earn points, and you see it down here in the lower right-hand corner, is by moving people over onto the Vitality Stack. Guys, Vitality Stack is where it's at. It's 120 points of volume, not points towards this incentive, but points of volume, right? PV, or organizational volume. So a bottle of Pro Tandem is 40. A Vitality Stack with the 4 products is 120. That means you need literally 1/3 as many people to get to the rank that you need to get to get that volume in your back office. So the last thing is you got to know what's your target, right? So this is how you get there. This is the journey. These are the building blocks. What's your target? Well, some people say, I just want to be there. I just want to show up on the beach. And that's the examples I'm going to show you. Or what's the minimum you got to do to get there? Now, nobody on here is average. We're going to go after the cat's meow. But you'll see there, you can have everything from a trip for 2 there with no airfare all the way up to having full-on airfare, first-class tickets, spa, and cash. And they talked about even adding some more levels on there. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm shooting for tier 8, 9, and 10 that don't even exist yet. And that way, if I fall short at Pro 7 or at tier 7, it's still going to be a pretty fun time. So here are the examples. All right. So now I'm going to just hit play real quick. Should kick it in. Hopefully you guys still see this. And you need 1,000 points for the trip, right? Just to be on the trip. So let's break it down. You get 300 points for personal enrollments. That's the max you can get for personal enrollments, right? So I'm just assuming you want to take the short road. We're talking Pacesetter. You're going to hug the corners, and you're going to go fast and get there with 5 platinum packs. You get 60 points each for those. Of course, it could be 10 gold packs, etc. You understand the deal. Next, we're going to go into helping 3 of those folks that you've recently enrolled become Pacesetters. There's another 200 points. Remember, when you help 3 people go Pacesetter, which is Pro 2, you get 200 points. So you help 3 of those people create 2,500 in volume. Lastly, when they rank advance, remember, you're going to get matched to their rank advancement points. So when they hit Pro 2, you're going to get 20 points. When they hit Pro 3, you're going to get 40. So every one of my examples is going to build off of this, guys. That 680 points should be like a given. And then you just got to worry about it. Your rank, what you need to do above and beyond that to get on the trip. So that's your building block, okay? Remember those 3 things. Personally enroll and get the 300 points. 2, help 3 of those people hit Pacesetter. 3, when they do, you're going to get rank advancement points. So let's start at the top. Pro 6s, what do you need to do? Get to Pro 7. It's that simple. Because if you do the other behaviors, the 680 that's on there is what I just showed in the previous slide. Remember, that's going to be on every single one of these. Max out the enrollment points, help 3 people go Pacesetter Pro, and get their rank advancement points, okay?
Gary, 1 second. 1 second. We're still seeing the promotion page. I got a feeling you have another slide up. So we're still seeing the promotion page right now.
Brandon, thanks for letting me know. I just hit stop share real quick. And let's see if I can. Are you seeing it? You're not seeing anything right now. Let me reshare it and go straight to that screen. Thanks, Brandon. I apologize, bud.
No problem. I didn't want to interrupt you, but I kind of had a feeling that we were not on the same path as you. So we're looking at the promotion page right now from
Still
my
on that, huh?
Yeah.
Stop share. Let me just switch to something on my computer. Let me go here to
No problem.
there.
No problem.
Let me reshare one more time. I apologize. I put some time and effort into this.
Yeah, I know you did. While Gary's looking for that, guys, Gary and I were talking about this yesterday or today, and he may even cover it. There you go. I see this for the more established distributors. I see this program, guys, as the get back to your original rank program. Like, I think if you get back to your original rank, there's a really good chance, your highest pin rate that you end up in Mexico. I mean, that's because of what Gary said. The points, Gary, go ahead and cover that. I know, or you're probably going to cover it. Let me just throw it back to you because your screen's up. Take it away.
Yeah, thanks, man. And I am going to cover it. I apologize. When I went to share the screen, it reshared. It wouldn't switch over to the slide, so I had to stop the share and then reshare it. So whatever, technical difficulties. We're back. I'm going to run through this because you guys heard me. I'm going to blast through it, but visually I want you to see this. And Brandon, that's what I'm closing with is what you just talked about. So 1,000 points for the trip, right? That's what you need to qualify. Remember, 300 is what you can max out that you can get from the personal enrollments. Take the short road there, get your 5 platinum pack enrollments. That's one a month, guys. One distributor a month. I mean, that's it. That's all we're talking about. Help 3 of those folks become pace setters. To become a pace setter, at a minimum, they have to hit Pro 2. I'm assuming you're helping 3 of those hit Pro 3. There's where that 680 points is coming from. I hope that makes sense. Max out the personal enrollments, help 3 hit pace setter, and get the rank advancement matching points for them rank advancing to Pro 2 and 3. There's your 680 total points. Now, the premier ranks at Pro 6, all you need to do is get to Pro 7. You get 500 points plus the 680 that I just showed on the previous slide. You're at 1,180 points and bon voyage, you're going on the trip. Now, what Brandon was talking about, and this is where I wanted to really up the ante, look back at between August and January and see what was the highest rank that you achieved during that time period, the highest paid as rank. So let's say you hit Pro 5 when we had an incredible incentive one other time, or in this example, you hit Pro 6 some other time when we had an amazing incentive, right? But you've since dropped back to Pro 4, and that's the highest rank you've been paid at over the last couple months is Pro 4. You get rank advancement points when you get to Pro 5 and to Pro 6 and to Pro 7. So I was building these slides like worst case scenario, like you're going from your paid as rank to the next rank. Those are the points that you get. But realize when you see some of them, you're going to see jumps from 2 to 5 or from 1 to 4. It may have meant that you hit 4 at one point, but you've dropped back to Pro 1 volume because maybe there was a death in the family. You sat out for a little while. You weren't able to do the business. And you're not going to get penalized for that. They're going to take a look at what was the highest rank you achieved. August, September, October, November, December, January, that 6-month period. And if whatever that was, you go up 1 from that, you've rank advanced according to the rules of this. I hope that addresses that question, Brandon. I'm going to jump in real quick. This is going to make sense. So Pro 5, get from Pro 5 to Pro 6. Or if maybe you were already a Pro 7 at one point and you dropped to Pro 5, get back. And that's the highest you've been paid at for the last several months. Get back to Pro 6 and you get the 320 points plus the 680 for maximizing enrollments, maxing out helping people hit Pacesetter and getting the matching points, 1,000 points, bon voyage. Pro 4 to Pro 5, same thing, 160 points when you make that jump from 4 to 5, plus the 680 is 840. And then I'm assuming that you help 2 of those teammates get back to Pro 4 or achieve Pro 4. You match their rank points, 840 plus 160 is 1,000. Guys, this will be on here for you to go back and review. So if I'm going fast, you'll be able to cross-reference it with that sheet. And I had mine printed out too, Tim and Tori. I don't know where it went. It was on my desk. But you can go back and cross-reference it with that sheet. Now, how about new folks? Pro 3. If you're an existing Pro 3, get to Pro 5. You'll get 240 points when you do so. That plus your 680 gives you 920 points. 80 more points. Helping one teammate achieve Pro 4 gives you 80 points, 1,000 points, and bon voyage. I know you're going to get sick of me saying that, but I love saying it. Pro 2. Pro 2, get to Pro 5. 280 points plus the 680 is 960. You really only need 40 more points. I mean, heck, at that rate, you could go enroll 8 preferred customers, right? 5 points apiece. But what I'm saying is, instead, why not get 150 points by helping somebody go Pacesetter Pro 3? You get 150 points and 1,110 points. Bon voyage. Okay? Or I'm sorry, you personally become a Pacesetter Pro 3. You personally become. Pro 1s get to Pro 4. 140 points for getting from Pro 1 to Pro 4. Those are the cumulative points you'll earn. Plus 680 gives you 820. The extra 250 is if you go up and you personally become a Pacesetter Pro 2 and a Pro 3, you get 100 points plus 150 points is 250. At bon voyage, you're going on a trip. And then lastly, how about the new distributors? You're brand new, right? We've got a lot of new enrollments. We see them coming in. Brandon, you just said we've gotten more new distributor enrollments this month already than last month. Help those folks get to Pro 4. If you're already brand new and you just enroll, or you're not brand new, but you just enrolled a brand new person, show them this. Show them how easily doable, duplicatable this is. Help them get to Pro 4. They get 140 points plus the 680 for maxing out the three things on the previous slide is 820. When they become a Pacesetter Pro 2 and Pro 3 personally, they get 250 extra points. 250 and 820 is 1,070. And bon voyage. So guys, that's what it looks like there. I don't know about you, but that to me just looks inviting. I wish I had the margarita in my hand, Tim and Tori. When we get there, the first round's on you, and I'll be drinking a margarita with you guys. Brandon, I'm going to flip it back to you, buddy.
Awesome, Gary. Thanks for putting all the time into those slides. We definitely chose the right person to put that together. I know that didn't just happen by itself. Thank you for doing that. And as Gary said, we're rushing through this just so we can get back to our business of enrolling, but we're recording this, and it's on our Facebook group, Team True Blue. So with that, I'm going to throw this over to the Halls, see what they have to say about Pacesetter program and how that is kind of a cornerstone of getting your business started now and getting to Mexico. So Kim, Travis, you there? Hello. There, I knew it. Yay, I knew it. I knew it. They got their racing helmets on. They're going to win that Camaro. I don't know. I don't know what Kimberly would do with the Camaro. Maybe she'd race Travis in his BMW.
Okay, I can't talk with this thing on, okay? So
this is the best we could come up with.
And what I did for you people is I messed up my hair.
You remember this thing, Brandon? We used to ride together with it.
Yeah, I do.
Just to get into the spirit, we decided to put on our Pacesetter helmet.
Awesome.
We even had the car sound going.
Awesome. So tell us how this Pacesetter program is going to work and how we use it to get to Mexico, maybe.
Okay, fantastic. In fact, everything goes hand in hand. So what I'm super excited about, we had some time today to talk to corporate, and you know, the whole purpose of this Pacesetter is to create true momentum. Tim and Tori Hill actually talked about that. But it's also helping them create urgency because you have a certain amount of time to do this. So I love that they've given us 2 incentives that we can actually qualify for. And if you count the car, it's kind of 3 incentives if you end up winning that. And, you know, being able to make that $700 extra with the Pacesetters for a Pro 2 out the gate, that's pretty powerful. And then you've got Puerto Vallarta. I mean, what an amazing incentive. But here's what I love is that as we're helping our new people set their goals, they know right off the bat what goals to set. And they know 2,500 overall volume is what they need to hit Pro 2. So the proper behaviors that are being taught in what this incentive is creating is powerful because we're creating leaders right from the very beginning. We start with Pro 2 and headed into Pro 3. And so you're developing very solid leaders.
Yeah, and the proper behaviors is really simple. The behaviors that's going to get everyone to win these incentives, to get to Pacesetter, to get to Mexico are very simple. It's sharing the information we have, and then as people come on board to help them do the same thing very quickly right out of the gate. So one thing to understand with the Pacesetter is the clock starts ticking when they first sign up. That's when the new distributor, when they first sign up, say they sign up right now this month, they've got the following month, the next full month to get to that Pacesetter, to get that first level in Pacer, to hit Pro 2. Now there is a little caveat with this because some of us have been in LifeVantage already, and so there's an opportunity going on right now. So if you were in January, if you were not a Pro 2, you have the opportunity, well, I mean paid as Pro 2. So if you are not paid as a Pro 2 below that in January, you've got this month to get in on that first part of the Pacesetter, getting to Pro 2 by the end of this month. If you do that, you're going to qualify for those cash rewards. Now, the cash rewards for getting to Pro 2 is $100. And then if you hold that the following month, you're going to get another $100. Now, the next level to Pacesetter is when you hit Pro 3. That's where you're going to earn, and you've got 90 full days to do that, or 3 full months to be able to do that. And you're going to get $250. And if you hold that the second month, you're going to get another $250. So to add that all together, there's an extra $700 in cash that's on the table in this Pacesetter program. Now, as you get each one of those levels, you're also going to earn a raffle ticket to win that car. And there's a number of different ways to get those raffle tickets. But that car, we're talking about LifeVantage branded Indy 500 Camaro Super Sport pace car with 455 horsepower. I just can't help it. I got to say it again. 0 to 60, 4.1 seconds. That's a fast car.
You like fast cars, Brandon?
I think so. I think so.
Well, you know, and here's what we really wanted to reiterate here is because these Pro 3s, that Pacesetter Pro is really, you've just developed some solid leaders that now know exactly what action to take and how to teach that action. So this whole incentive is based on massive action in sharing right out the gate. So what do they say? The more people you share this with is the winner. You end up winning the more people you share. So teaching them right from the very beginning that and exactly how to do that. And you know, you mentioned earlier, Brandon, about Facebook, and I know it's just become a system that has become a fine-oiled machine. We are not forgetting in-home meetings. We are not forgetting one-on-ones. We're not forgetting any of those things because there's a way to share through Team True Blue in the websites. But what we have found is with this fine-oiled machine that's starting to take place here on Facebook is just being able to plug people into the system has just been super powerful in sharing the information very quickly without you having to go and spill a ton of information.
So some of the biggest things that we can do right now is to promote these incentives, put that in front of people because those are short-term goals that the new distributor and that we all can go after that's going to promote the right behavior. And if we take those behaviors and we implement them, then the result is going to be winning these incentives. So again, the keys to this is if you're an existing distributor paid below Pro 2 in January, you'll still have the end of this month to hit Pro 2 and start getting in on that incentive. And then to hit the Pro 3 incentive, you have to the end of April to be able to make that happen. And new distributors, right out of the gate, guys. From February 1st, get them started right now going after that Pacesetter.
And you know, I love what Gary and Tori and Tim were able to share. Tim and Tori, congratulations. I'm so very excited. And you know, this is one of those incentives. Travis and I have now been really making it very clear. I love that you put this into our lap, Brandon, because being able to coordinate and really understanding these incentives, going over and over and over it, actually having a plan of action for your people, it's actually really what I encourage you go over these slides that Gary put together, because those are really powerful. Know your numbers, know your back office, understand who wants to be that person that makes that
Pacesetter Pro.
Pacesetter Pro. Find out who those people are and dig deep for them. Brandon's always talked about taprooting and going deeper and finding out who those people are. Obviously, the more points you make, it's teaching that proper behavior of actually working with your personal enrollments, but even teaching them how to do that with their people.
So we forgot something, Brandon. Pacesetter Pro, the hitting Pacesetter Pro. So what happens after you hit Pro 3? So this applies to the people who are Pro 3 and above, and that's where we want to earn that Pacesetter Pro title, and we do that by creating 3 new Pacesetters ourselves. And for that, we earn 3 raffle tickets. So that should cover it, right?
That should cover everything. So I guess right now all we can say is massive action is what is to take place.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for that, putting that together. And yeah, I love, I think about when you watch the game of baseball, everybody's got to be told where to run for the first time. Everybody runs to first base only because they've watched other people do it, not because they just know to do that. And I think that's the great thing about this program with Pacesetter is it gives us, when we enroll our new distributors, a new conversation. It gives us a new conversation at the point of enrollment to say, okay, here's your first goal, and it's time sensitive. You've got 30 days to get there if you want to be a part of this program. And then here's what we need to do, and I'm going to do the very best way that I can, is we want to incentivize people getting to this Pacesetter program, and it doesn't have to cost money. It could be that, maybe you do a get-together or maybe you do a special team Zoom, something special for people that are going to get to this Pacesetter program, right? Give them something special for getting there. Maybe there's some next-level training that you're going to give them to help them. We got some training that we're going to give you to get you to Pro 3 once you get to Pacesetter. So incentivize it. Secondly, recognize it publicly, guys. There is nothing more powerful than public recognition. No matter who it is. Like, all of you guys, showed up looking beautiful tonight to this thing. And if I said, Kimberly, you can wear a helmet all day and you're still beautiful, she's going to smile, right? Because when you compliment someone and you recognize it, it feels good. And when you do it publicly, it feels even better. So when your people get to Pacesetter, recognize it publicly, be authentic, be real about it. Don't be, over the top, but recognize it and then celebrate it. I plan on celebrating it. I plan on making a big deal out of all the people who get to Pacesetter, Pacesetter Pro. And so just make a mental note that if you want to really put this thing on overdrive, incentivize it, recognize it, and celebrate it. This is going to be recorded for all of you to go back and review. It's on our team page at Team True Blue on Facebook. I appreciate all the participants for being on here. I am predicting that we will have more people at this trip in Mexico than we had in the Bahamas, and we set a record for our team of people in the Bahamas. So we are excited about what's happening in the month of February. And here's something that I don't know. I know some of you probably thought about. The company is obviously publicly traded, and make no mistake about it, there's a reason why these programs are ending the end of June, fiscal year end, so that we can jack up the revenue and jack up the stock price and have a real party in Mexico, if you know what I'm talking about. If you know what I'm talking about. Darren's not an idiot. So you guys have a good night. Thank all of you guys for jumping on here. And we love you all. And we will be rocking and rolling with you guys getting after this month. So you guys have a good night.